Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai Shri Gauranitai Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Stotra Sata Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Iskcon BBT Founder Acharya Savior of the whole world Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Stotra Sata Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Sharidas Thakur Ki युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayed Nashtaprayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. We are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 10, titled Maharaj Rahugana meets Jada Bharat, text 19. Aham cha yogeshwaramatma tattvam Vida muninam paramam gurum vai Prashtum pravritta kimiharanam tat Sakshadharim jnana kalavatirnam Aham cha yogeshwaramatma tattva Vida muninam paramam gurum vai Prashtum pravrittaha kimiharanam tat Sakshadhari jnana kalavatirnam Aham cha yogeshwaramatma tattva Vida muninam paramam gurum vai Prashtum pravrittaha kimiharanam tat Sakshadharim jnana kalavatirnam. Aham cha yogeshwaramatma tattva Vida muninam paramam gurum vai Prashtum pravritta kimiharanam tat Sakshat kalavatirnam. Sakshat Harim Jnana Kala. Matajis. Iham Muninam Paramam Gurum Vai. Prashtum Pravritta Kimiharanam Tat. Sakshat Harim Jnana Kalavatirnam. What word meaning? Aham, I, Cha, and Yoga Ishwaram, the master of all mystic power. Atma Tattva Vidam, of the learned scholars who are aware of the spiritual science. Muninam, of such saintly persons. Paramam, the best. Gurum, the preceptor. Why? Indeed. Prashtum, to inquire. Pravrittaha, engaged. Kim, what? Iha, in this world. Aranam, the most secure shelter. Tat, that which. Sakshad Harim, directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jnana Kalavatiranam, who has descended as the incarnation of complete knowledge in his plenary portion known as Kapila Dev. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation: I consider your good self the most exalted master of mystic power. You know the spiritual science perfectly well. You are the most exalted of all learned sages, and you have descended for the benefit of all human society. You have come to give spiritual knowledge, and you are a direct representative of Kapila Dev, the incarnation of God and the plenary portion of knowledge. I am therefore asking you, O spiritual master, what is the most secure shelter in this world? Purport. As Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatena antaratmanam Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo mataham. Of all yogis, he who abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. Bhagavad Gita 6.47. Jada Bharat was a perfect yogi. He was formerly the Emperor Bharat Maharaj, and he was now the most exalted personality among learned sages and the master of all mystic paths. Although Jada Bharat was an ordinary living entity, he had inherited all the knowledge given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Kapila Devi. He could therefore be taken directly as Supreme Personality of Godhead, as confirmed by Sri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur in his stanzas to Spiritual Master, Saksha Dharitvena Samasta Shastre. An exalted personality like Jada Bharat is as good as Supreme Personality of Godhead because he fully represents the Lord by giving knowledge to others. Jada Bharat herein is accepted as the direct representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead because he was imparting knowledge on behalf of Supreme Lord. Therefore, Maharaj Rahugan concluded that it was appropriate to ask him about Atma Tattva, spiritual science. Tad Vijnanardam sa Gurum eva abhigachet. This Vedic injunction is also confirmed herein. If anyone is at all interested in knowing spiritual science, Brahma Jignasa, he must approach a guru like Jadabhara. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsam Shrirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha Namavom Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we heartily welcome all the devotees for today's Srimad Bhagavatam class, and I seek the blessings of all the devotees assembled, also those who are watching online, to bless me so that I can speak something to glorify their lordships. Hare Krishna. So the storyline goes that after being protected by goddess Kali from the dacoits, Jada Bharata was wandering as usual alone, and so at that time the Maharaj Rahugan, the king of one kingdom, he was happened to pass by. He was being carried by the palanquin carriers, and unfortunately, one palanquin carrier was missing. And the carriers, they were searching for a hefty man to assist them in carrying palanquin, and they find Jada sitting there, and they forcefully drag him to come and assist in carrying the palanquin. And when he was carrying the palanquin, and because he is self-raised soul, he is seeing every living entity as part and parcel of Krishna. When he came across the ants on the way, he doesn't want to step on them. So he wanted to avoid putting his feet on them, as they are also part and parcel of Krishna. And while doing so, what happened? He could not carry the palanquin properly. Because of that, the king felt uncomfortable. And then the king came and gave warning. Jai Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai ki. The king felt uncomfortable because of palanquin being not carried properly. And then he gives warning. Same mistake again Jada Bharat does. When ants were coming on the way, he could not step on them. Again, the king felt uncomfortable. So this time, king comes out of the palanquin and gives very strong warning to Jada Bharat. In fact, he speaks sarcastically to Jada Bharat and gives strong warning that if you don't carry, I will punish you. I am, I am master, you are servant. And you are supposed to carry the orders of the master. And then he speaks such things. Sarcastically, basically, he insults Jada Bharat. It seems you are too much tired. It seems you are carrying for a long time. Because of that, you are tired, you are fatigued. So, but carry properly. So Jada Bharat felt compassionate on King Rahugan, and first time in his life, he is doing something which he has not done till now. What is that? He starts speaking. He starts speaking the knowledge of self-realization. He came across so many people in his life, and although he is self-realized soul from the birth itself, he did not speak to anybody because he found that those who are staying with him are not qualified to hear the receive the spiritual knowledge. Isn't it? So when he was staying at home, he was staying with his brothers who were mistreating him. And he did not speak this knowledge to them at that time because he felt they are too much covered by the mode of passion. And he did not instruct them anything. And later, when he was sitting on the field, protecting the field, The dacoits came to take him to sacrifice in the presence of goddess Kali. And Jada Bharata just submitted himself, surrendered himself. He did not speak, he did not retaliate, he did not speak what to speak of instructing them. He did not instruct them also. Why? Because Jada Bharata felt that they are in the mode of ignorance. He did not instruct. But here, when he found that Maharaj Raghugan, cultured, trained king, although being carried away by the pride because he was a king, although there is some pride in him, but Rahugana, Jada Bharat finds that he is ready. And he understood that this Rahugan is the mode of goodness. And he utilized the opportunity. Let me try. Let me speak some words of knowledge and see his reciprocation. And then he gives some glimpse of knowledge to King Rahugana. That whatever you are speaking, King Rahugan, doesn't make sense. Because whatever you are speaking is applicable for the body, not for the soul. You are telling I am fatigued, but who is fatigued? The body may be fatigued, but not me. You told you want to beat me, but ultimately whom you are beating? Not the soul, only the body. You are telling you are the master, I am the servant. Yes, in this life you are the master, I am the servant. But in next life, who knows? I may become master, you may become servant. Last life I was the king, now I become servant. Yes. Now you are king, next life you may become servant. So he speaks, he gives some glimpse of spiritual knowledge to King Rahugan to see what is his reciprocation, how he receives that. And as soon as Rahugan hears this knowledge, isn't it? So he very quickly, immediately, he jumps out of his palanquin more quickly than before and falls flat, offers obeisances on the ground to Jada Bharat and offers him respect and starts inquiring from him, who are you? How come you are speaking this elevated knowledge? Who are you? And then he speaks some glorification in respecting Jada Bharat. And then the famous verse which we are discussing for last 2 days, that I am not afraid of anything, but I am afraid of offending a Brahmana or Vaishnava. Naham Vishanke, Shuraraja Vajran, Natrayaksha Shulan, Nayamasya Dandat, Nagnarka Somanila Vittapastras, Shanke Brusham, Brahma Kulavamana. Yes, I'm not afraid of Indra's thunderbolt, Suraraja Vajra. I'm not afraid of Trayaksha, one who has 3 eyes. Who is that? Lord Shiva. His Trishula I'm not afraid of. I'm not afraid of Yamasya Dandam. I'm not afraid of Agni, sun god, moon god, fire god, and their astras. In fact, I'll be happy because I'm a Kshatriya. When they attack me with their weapons, I'll be happy to fight with them. But one thing I'm afraid of. What is that? Brahma Kulavamana. Brahma Kulavamana. To offend, to humiliate, to disrespect Brahmanas, Vaishnavas. That is what I'm afraid. This goes to show that this King Rahugana, although he was speaking the words of pride in previous verses, but we understand from this verse and that how much he is trained to respect the sadhus, respect the spiritual teachers. That is a training. That's why in Vedic culture, whether it is the son of a Brahmana, or Kshatriya, or Vaishya, everybody is sent to Gurukul. The purpose of sending to Gurukul is to get trained. To get trained. Training in what? Training in respecting everybody. Lots of training happening, but one important thing is train to respect. Especially Kshatriyas are trained to respect the saintly people. This Kshatriyas are trained to respect the Brahmanas, Vaishyas are trained to respect the Kshatriyas, and Shudras are trained to respect the Vaishyas. Brahmanas are not independent. Brahmanas also trained to respect the Vaishnavas and Krishna, Supreme Lord, and scriptures. That's the training happens. Yes. In Kali Yuga, everything goes topsy-turvy. So when Brahmanas stop respecting scriptures and Krishna, Kshatriyas, they started rebelling against Brahmanas. You are not respecting scriptures, why we should respect you? Kshatriyas become independent of Brahmanas, and that led to capitalism. And when Vaishyas found that Kshatriyas are not respecting Brahmanas, they thought why you should respect Kshatriyas. They became independent. And that led to communism. So capitalism and communism is nothing but the failure of following Varnashram system. Yes. So everybody is trained to respect, and especially respect the saintly people and Brahmanas. Yes. That is very important to understand. Why one disrespects saintly people? Why one offends saintly people? What is the reason for that? Many times it is found it is because of material attachments. Material attachments. Attachments can be to the property, to the things, or to the prestige, or post and position. So, because of being attached to these things, one does not mind disrespecting the sadhus and thereby inviting the consequences. We find in the example of Indra, once he was sitting in the royal throne, being worshipped by all the devatas, glorified by all the rishis and munis. Oh, such a royal reception and respect he was getting. And that time, his spiritual master, the spiritual master of devatas, happened to enter that scene, Brihaspati. Indra notices that, but he doesn't fear, he doesn't get up, stand up to receive and to respect his spiritual master because of being carried away by the glorification he's getting, respect he was getting. And Brihaspati understood that. And he doesn't tell anything, he just disappears from that place. And next moment, Indra realizes that I did a mistake. But by that time, Brihaspati is gone. And because of that disrespect, Indra loses the power. And on the other hand, demons, so they respect and worship their spiritual master Shukracharya, and they gain all the power and strength. And eventually, the demons attack the demigods, and demigods get defeated because of not getting the blessings of spiritual master. They get defeated. So, because of the attachment to the respect one was getting, Indra here, he did not respect Brihaspati. The story doesn't end here, it continues. Then demons attack and defeat them, and then their kingdom is taken away. Now Indra wants power, the kingdom back. So he approaches Brahmaji for help. What to do? Brahmaji suggests, okay, Brihaspati will not help in this case. You go to Vishwarup. You go to Vishwarup. Vishwarup will help you. But one star conditions apply. What's the condition? That Vishwarup's mother is from demon side, father is from Devata's side. He may help you in doing yagna and putting ahuti in the kund, but he may assist demons also. You have to tolerate that. Indra somehow did not hear that instruction. He only heard first part, okay, take help from Vishwarup. He heard, but not heard. So Vishwarup, so he becomes grateful that my senior god brothers are coming and asking me for help. I will do that. So he performs yagna to assist the demigods to get back their kingdom. But secretly he offers ahuti to demon souls. He assists demon souls. And when this news reaches Indra, he could not tolerate it. He does not even thinking what is doing. He just takes his sword. Vishwarupa has got 3 heads. He just severs all the 3 heads. The person, in fact, is a guru who helped them, who did yagna for them. That's all. Again, here attachment to the kingdom is going to get. If demons, they also get the power, then again they may defeat me. And then he has to face the consequences. Then after some time, the Lord Indra was instructed by Lord Vishnu that again, eventually, of course, Vishwarup's father Twasta, he becomes angry. He takes a vow that I will produce a child, son, who will kill Indra, who will become enemy of Indra. But unfortunately, because of some mispronunciation of mantras, what will happen? Vitrasur, he takes birth, but Indra becomes his enemy. Not he will become enemy of Indra, but Indra will become his enemy. Isn't it? So Vritrasuri was practically conquering the entire universe. He was conquering the Swargaloka also. And demigods don't know what to do. They approach Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu tells, okay, you take help of Dadichi Muni. And with his bones, you make Suraraja Vajra. That's this verse is telling here. Thunderbolt. And by that thunderbolt, you will be able to kill Vritrasura. They go to Dadichi Muni, they offer him glorification. They tell the bodies of the saintly people are meant for serving others. So please give your body. We want to kill you and take bones out of your body and make Vajra. Dadichi Muni also, okay, fine. Again, for attachment, for getting back his kingdom, he's ready to kill a great saintly person. Of course, this time is under the instruction of Lord Vishnu, so he doesn't get any reaction. Eventually, he gets thunderbolt, and finally, the great battle happens between Vritrasura and Indra, and finally ends up killing Vritrasur. And at the end, he comes to know that Vritrasura is not a demon, he is great Mahabhagavat, Shuddha Bhakta. But he has to kill. He is attached to the kingdom, throne, kills them. It took 1 year for Indra to cut off the head of Vritrasura. Mahabhagavat, Vaishnava Parad. Anti, Nindanti, Vaidveshti, no, Padma Puran tells out 6 kinds of offenses. Killing a Vaishnava. He kills a Vaishnava. Not just a Vaishnava, he is Parama Vaishnava, Shuddha Bhakta, Mahabhagavat. For that next 1 year, he has to again do the penances and atonement to come out of that Vaishnava. So it's the best example where because of attachment to the respect, attachment to the post position, attachment to the prestige one wants to get, he's ready to do Vaishnava. But here Rahugana is telling, I am afraid of that. I don't want to do that. I'm not afraid of Vajra. I'm not afraid of Trishul of Lord Shiva. I'm not afraid of Agni, Soma, Surya, and Indra, Chandra, all of them. I'm afraid of Brahma Kulavama. It's giving warning how much we should be careful in dealing with Vaishnavas. Yes. So on one hand, we find the king of Svargaloka is ready to commit so many Vaishnava aparad for getting his kingdom back. On the other hand, we find a normal king. He is afraid to commit Vaishnava. And to extend the same analogy example, we have Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Hare Krishna, Radhini Mataji. We hear that her example very often again. That when this African government people, when they wanted to kill devotees, they told the two Matajis who were there in the temple, they told you both go because both of you are women, we don't kill women. But all the Prabhus stand here one by one, we want to kill you. That out of the two Matajis, one Mataji left. Other Mataji was Radhini Mataji. She was told to go away, we will not kill you, you go away. But she felt, how can I tolerate Vaishnavas being killed in front of my eyes? I cannot tolerate. It's Vaishnava aparad to see Vaishnavas being killed. On the other hand, the king of heaven did not feel killing the Vaishnavas a Vaishnava aparad. But here, Mataji is feeling just by seeing Vaishnavas getting killed as Vaishnava Parad. I cannot tolerate. When the soldier got his gun ready to shoot the Vaishnavas, she went and caught hold of the gun to stop them from killing. But that merciless, cruel fellow, that he did not see. He just killed Yamuna Mataji, Hadini Mataji, and killed all the devotees also. Yes. So we have three different examples. One was negative, one is neutral, there is positive. She's just a woman. She's not prime minister. She's not even man. She's in woman's body. How much she is careful of committing Vaishnava. Yes. So we learn from that. Brahma Kulavamana. We have to be afraid of that one thing. So devotees are not afraid of anything in this world, but they are afraid of one thing. That is offending Vaishnavas. So that we learn from this. And after speaking that, now Rahugan starts inquiring from Jada Bharata that the knowledge which you spoke is something very, very rare to hear in this world. Yes. So I want to know more about it. So please enlighten me more about this knowledge. That's what he tells in last verse. So whatever Jada spoke, Rahugana wants more explanation. So in last verse is telling that please tell me why you are wandering around like a dullard. O great saintly person, you have spoken words approved by yogic process, but it is not possible for us to understand what you have said. Therefore, kindly explain it. Please give explanation. Please give purport for your lecture. Whatever you spoke in short, we want purport for it. We are not able to understand it. Please explain more. And in this verse also is glorifying that he's telling, Ahamcha Yogeshwaram Atma Tattva Vidam. Who are you? You are Yogeshwaram. You are the Lord of all yogis. You are the master of all yogis. And then Atma Tattva Vidam. Atma Tattva Vidam means what? One who knows Atma Tattva best. Not only that, you are Muninam. You are the best of all Munis. And Paramam Gurum. You are the supreme preceptor, isn't it? And that's why Prashtum I am asking. What I am asking? Kim Iharanam. What is the shelter? Where is the shelter in this world? Isn't it? So please reveal us. Because you are Sakshad Harim Gnana Kalavatirnam. You are considered to be the direct expansion of Supreme Lord Kapila. Please explain that. So this is the mood of King Rahugan. Although just previous few slokas before, that we find how he was bossing over the palanquin warriors, but he understood that he is dealing with a great saintly person. What he is doing? He is bending down himself. He is humbling himself and inquiring from him. Please tell. Please explain what you have spoken, and please tell where is the safe shelter? What is the most secure shelter in this world? And the remaining chapter also continues like this, where Rahugana continues asking more questions to get answers from Jada. And this is the common theme we find in Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita, where the spiritual master speaks something, the disciple does not understand, he wants more explanation, he wants more purport, he wants more details. What the disciple does? He asks questions to spiritual master. Isn't it? So in the first canto we find when Sutta Goswami answers 6 questions of the sages. Isn't it? And then the Sonakadi Rishis, they become more excited to know more about when Bhagavatam is spoken, what is the history of Bhagavatam, where it is, geography of Bhagavatam, where it is written, when it is written. So 4th chapter of first canto, almost 9 questions this Sonakadi Rishis asked Sutta Goswami. Because they ask so many questions, the whole first canto is nothing but answers for the 9 questions of Sonakadi Rishis. And because Parishad Bharata asked those 2 important questions, this Bhagavatam has come out. In 10th canto also we find where it's almost 4-5 days past, where Parishad is completely fasting. without drinking, without eating, without sleeping. When when Shukadeva Goswami just mentions about Kaliya, that once Krishna with his cowherd boyfriends, they went to Yamuna river and then they drank water. Krishna did not drink. All the cowherd boyfriends, they drank water, and as soon as they drank water, they fell unconscious. They fell down dead. And Krishna, with his nectarian glance, he brought all of them back to life. And then Krishna understood that the poisonous water is because of the presence of Kaliya. And then in next one sloka, Shukadeva Goswami concludes that Krishna decided to drive out Kaliya, and then he drove out Kaliya. Because the water was made poisonous, Krishna drove out Kaliya. And then he want to go to next pastime. But Parishit Maharaj puts a break. No, wait. From where Kaliya came? How come Kaliya is living in Yamuna for so long? And how Krishna subdued Kaliya? How he drove out the Kaliya from Yamuna river? Please tell. Then the whole one chapter is dedicated for Kaliya Daman. What happened, how Kaliya came, how Krishna jumped into Yamuna river, climbing on the Kadamba tree, and then how Krishna remained in Kaliya coils for so much time, on how all the Vajavas assembled on the bank of Yamuna, and how then Krishna did the most wonderful dance, the dancers of all dancers. Vrindavana Natavaram. It is told that Lord Shiva is called Nataraj. It is told that Lord Shiva learned his dancing from Lord Krishna. So Krishna is called as Natavar. When Krishna started dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, all the Apsaras, Gandharvas, all the people assembled in the heavens, sky, had a balcony show of Krishna's dancing. And that's so. And then he tells about how Kaliya came there, Shobhari Muni pastime, everything. And then Shukadeva Goswami continues. Once again, when Shukadeva Goswami mentions about this cowherd boyfriends were stolen by Brahma, before that Aghasura was killed, and Krishna, the boy spoke about Aghasura pastime 1 year later. Krishna killed him. Krishna killed Aghasur when he was in Kaumara. But they narrated the pastime when they became Pauganda. And then he was continuing. But Vaishnava, no, why? How come? Because whenever Krishna kills demons, that day itself the boys go and tell the pastime. That becomes the talk of Vrindavan. Breaking news. Today Krishna killed this demon. Today Krishna killed that demon. But how come this news did not reach Vrajavasis for 1 year? It remained no more breaking news. 1 year tak kya ho gaya? What happened? So then Shukadeva Goswami says, okay, fine. So when Aghasura was killed, and then all demigods were started playing drums and kettle drums and started dancing and whatnot. And that sound reached Brahmaloka, Satyaloka. And Brahma becomes surprised, what is happening without my knowledge? He comes down and sees that Krishna's friendly dealings with the cowherd boys. He becomes completely bewildered. How come this is Supreme Personality of Godhead? Not imagine. Okay, Krishna's one friend name is Madhumangal. Madhumangal takes one big matka of chash and puts in his mouth. Pura पेट भर जाते, stomach becomes filled and whole cheeks becomes filled with buttermilk. And Krishna wanted to drink the buttermilk. So what Krishna does? He goes and swallowed cheeks. He just does like that. And Krishna opens his mouth. Direct transfer of buttermilk from Madhumangal's mouth to Krishna's mouth. Such juta. And when Brahma sees this pastime, all his 4 heads, 8 eyes, and 4 brains gets a short circuit. How can this is absolute truth? Cannot be. I want to test. Then he wanted to, he steals all the cowherd boys and hides, and he steals all the cows and cows also. And Krishna understood, oh Brahma, you are doing this, you are testing me only. You are the one who invited me to come in this world. And now you only forgot and you want to test me? Okay, fine. I will deal with you. And then we know what the pastime happens. How Krishna expands himself into all the cows, all the cowherd boys. And for 1 year, Krishna is playing with himself. And after 1 year, which is just a moment for Brahma, after which he comes down and he sees all cows were there, all boyfriends were there. Then whom I've stole? Goes back and says, they were there already. When he comes back here, again this becomes completely bewildered. And then on top of that, Krishna removes the Yogamaya. And then he sees every cowherd boy, every calf is transforming into four-handed Vishnu. Four-handed Vishnu. And not only he sees that, not only one Brahma is there, Brahmas from all over the universes are coming and offering obeisances to Vishnus. They are doing parikrama of all Vishnus. And when Brahma sees that height, he could not digest it. Immediately he falls flat. With all the four heads, he's offering obeisances. Again and again and again and again. The wonderful section of Brahma's prayers comes. Because the whole pastime of Brahma Mohalla came out because of Parikshit Maharaj's questions. So we are grateful to Parikshit Maharaj for asking so many questions, because of which we get to know so many hidden, unknown pastimes of Lord Krishna. So Brahma Mohalla is not there in any other Puran. You don't find anywhere. Kaliya pastime is Kaliya pastime very famous. But Brahma Mohan Leela is not there in any other Puran. Because of Parikshit Maharaj's question. So this is the quality of the disciple, that he has to ask questions. So then Guru may speak something in the beginning, but he wants more information, more details. Then the disciple has to ask questions. We find in the example of Sanatana Goswami also, bending in front of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and asking him, who am I? Why am I suffering these threefold miseries? People call me as a scholar, but I am a fool. I don't know. I don't know even who am I. Why am I suffering these threefold miseries? Please enlighten. And because of that, whole Sanatana Shiksha, next 4-5 chapters comes up. So this is a common theme in the scriptures, that Guru speaks something, and if the disciple wants to get more knowledge, more details, he has to ask inquiries submissively. Yes. So I was hearing His Holiness Bhakti Vignan Goswami Maharaj one offering. So Maharaj was telling the analogy of cow and calf. Cow and calf. So after cow gives birth to the calf, so when the calf gets milk from the calf has to bend down, because calf's height is more than the cow's udder. But in order to get the milk from the cow's udder, mother's udder, what the calf has to do? It has to bend and suck the udder. Then only cow gives the milk, isn't it? And while drinking, sometimes cow stops giving the milk. While calf is drinking, the cow stops giving the milk sometimes. That time, what calf has to do? If you observe the calf drinking drinking milk from the cow. So at that time, what calf does? It very gently, it pushes with its head. And then cow gives more milk. Yes? And after some time, when the calf starts growing the hoofs, and with that, it again does like that. Then cow understands this calf has grown sufficiently. It does not need milk anymore. That time, cow stops giving milk. So taking this analogy, Maharaj gives purport how the relationship between Guru and disciple also should be like that. Then in order to get the milk of knowledge from the Guru, what disciple has to do? Pranipatena. He has to bend. He has to become humble. He has to become submissive. Then he will get the milk. And Guru gives some knowledge, and the disciple wants more knowledge, more details of the knowledge. What the disciple has to do? It's like calf gently pushes the cow with his head, his mouth. The disciple has to do more inquiries, questions. By that, what happens? The Guru gives more knowledge. And after some time, when the Guru feels that the disciple is growing the hoofs of false ego, achievements, prestige, name, fame, power, skills, talents. Because of that, the disciple is becoming proud. The Guru senses that. And what Guru does? Tells go away. Take new project. and develop it. Because you have grown up sufficiently. Hare Krishna. So, if at all we want to receive knowledge from our superiors, then we have to follow in the footsteps of to bend down and to inquire submissively, by which we get it. And that's what here Rahugana is doing. That is asking the most important question. What is that? What is the most secure shelter in this world? Where is the shelter? What is the most important shelter? How many of you want to know the answer for this question? What is the most secure shelter in this world? For that, you have to keep coming for the classes. Then we will hear from the mouth of Jada Bharata what is the most secure shelter. But not required. Our Acharyas, especially Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he gave that answer of the most secure shelter in one Vaishnava song. Which Vaishnava song? That we'll sing now. That is the devotee. And after singing this song, you find out and tell me what is the most secure shelter. Udilo aruna pura bhabhage Dvijamani gaura mani jage Udilo aruna pura bhabhage Dvijamani gaura mani jage Bhakata samuha loiya sate gela nagara braje Tatai tatai bajal kol gana gana tahe janjare ro Preme dala dala sonarange charananu purabaje charananu purab Mukunda Madhava Yadava Hari Bole na bolo re vadana bore Miche nidavashe gilurarati Divasa sharira saje Divasa sharira Yemona durlabha manava deho Paiya ki koro bhavana ke ho Ye bena bajile yashoda suta charama pori belaje charama pori be Udita tapana hoile astam dine gelo boli hoibe vyasta Tabe ke no yebe alasa hoy na baje hridaya raje जीवना नित्य जानः सार ताहे नाना विदा विपदबा नामाश्रया कोरी जतने तुमी ताकहा पनकाजे जीवेर कल्याण साधन काम जागते आसिये मधुरना जागते आसिये मधुरना अविद्याति मीरा तपन रूपे हृद्गगन विराजे हृद्गगन कृष्ण नाम सुधा कोरियपान जुड़ावो बाकति विनोद प्राण जुड़ावो बाकति विनोद प्राण नाम बिना किछु नाही को आरो 14 भुवन माजे नाम बिना किछु नाही को आरो 14 भुवन माजे So what is the most secure shelter? As Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling, Namashaya kori jatane tumi tahaka apana kaje. 6th one, above. The only shelter in this world is Namashayam. And I is telling why. What is this Nama? Jivera Kalyana Sadhanakam Jagata Asiye Madhuranam. To purify the world, to make the world auspicious, this holy name has come to this material world. And is telling Krishna Nam Sudha. Krishna Nam is what? Sudha, nectar. To drink the nectar of Krishna's holy name. By which what happens? Judavo Bhakati Vinoda Pran. Nama Bina Kichu. Nahi ko ara. Chauda Bhuvana Maje. The most important essence is holy name. Nothing else. This is what the most secure shelter in this world. Taking shelter of the holy name. Nothing else. Satyam punas satyam satyam punas satyam Hare Namayeva Kevalam. Isn't it? Abrahma Bhuvana Loka. Is it? Abrahma Stamba Pariyantam Sarvam Mayamayam Jagat. Satyam Satyam punas satyam Hare Namayeva Kevalam. So that is the only truth in the entire world. In Gauracharya's tell there are only 2 truths in this world. One is Jiva and second is holy name. Nothing else. This faith we need to develop. So to summarize, we saw how the material attachments leads to development of the mentality of committing offense to Vaishnavas. That when there is attachment to post, position, prestige, or properties, people, then one doesn't mind committing aparadhs to Vaishnavas also. Is that we saw the example of King of Heaven. On the other hand, and where we have the example of the glorious shining example of Her Grace Hladini Mataji, where she could not tolerate other devotees being killed. She felt that just by seeing other devotees getting killed is Vaishnava aparadh. She tried her best to stop that aparadh. That thing we learned. And then here we find Jada Bharata did not instruct the dacoits because he found they are mode of ignorance. He did not instruct the brothers, they are the mode of passion. But he saw the glimpse of goodness in Rahugana, and then he released some knowledge to see his reciprocation. And as soon as Rahugana found that he is not normal person, a great person roaming around us, immediately came down and offered obeisances and seek forgiveness and asked more questions. Yes, and we've discussed the example of cow and calf analogy. And the most secure shelter in this world is holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू वेरी मच। श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समस्त गौर भक्त वृंद की, ताय गौर प्रेमानंद।